this is a good recipe. A very easy recipe. Very simple. It requires chickpeas that are already cooked. I got these out of a can. Capsicum, tomato, onion, garlic, cashews. And then I'm going to put all this in the pan. You're going to do this with me. And the other thing we're going to do is get some chili powder, coriander powder, and some smoky paprika. Add coriander powder. It's 1 teaspoon of coriander powder. 1 tablespoon of smoky paprika. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut this up just in chunks. So I'm going to need, I've got pretty much just about 1/4 or just under 1/4 of capsicum, just into chunks like this. Going to need a whole tomato, just into chunks. Really great recipe for the middle of the week when you can't be bothered cooking. I swear this is a good one. Half a red onion. Now this is about a medium-sized red onion. It's not a big one, as you can see. To chunks. Turn on your pan, high heat. Just about a teaspoon of coconut oil, not a lot. Just a little. Just get that moving. You're going to add the onion, capsicum, some garlic, and the tomato, and cashew. And just let that do its thing for a couple of minutes. You're not browning anything, or you're not trying to cook anything here. What you're doing is just releasing flavour. This is probably a 6-minute cook. I've got it on high heat, nothing's burning, nothing's browning. Like I said, it's just kind of releasing its flavours. All right, that's been about 8 minutes. Gonna add some water. So I'm gonna do 3 cups of water. You will do 3 cups of your milk. Bring it to the boil and cook it for a good 5 minutes and then turn off the heat. Boiled for a good 5 minutes, turn it off, let it cool a little, and it goes straight into the blender. Okay, perfect. Chickpeas straight into the pan. Get all that deliciousness out of the bowl. You're going to add this in. So mine's on high heat at the moment and it's fine. It's bubbling away. I'm going to turn it down to a low, super low. You know, there wasn't a huge curry paste to be made with 20 different ingredients, which is fine. I love that, but this is just a real genius moment in time. It's excellent. Oh my God, I can't stop eating. It's very addictive. It's definitely a couch movie moment. So me and my friend Lasmi were mucking around in the kitchen and she came up with a recipe and it's super cool. And it's roasted spiced chickpeas. So I've got a couple of cans of chickpeas here. Now you're looking for BPA-free chickpeas. I always use the Eden brand. They're a macrobiotic brand and they soak their legumes wisely. They do all the right things. I just love that brand. So if you can get a hold of that brand, it's called Eden's. It's super cool. I'm just gonna run this towel over them just to get any extra moisture off them. I need a baking tray. I have no idea why I'm using round. I just am. And I need some baking paper. And you want to put your oven on to really high, actually, around about 200. Yeah, look, if that's really hot for you and your oven's like a really powerful oven, put it down a bit to like 185, but I'm going to put mine on to 200. I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of really good quality olive oil. Then I'm gonna mix this together. I'm gonna add the seeds in here, a couple of tablespoons, and then mixing this all up. And make sure you're coating every single possible chickpea that we can. All right. Now I want that. I don't want to lose that flavour. What I would do is I'm going to grab some of these and just make sure that it's coating some of those chickpeas. Yum. These are cooled down completely. I know I want to hear that crunch. Make sure they're cooled down completely before they go in there. Get all those little... Okay, oh my God, so crunchy. Into the fridge. I love to teach you how to make this from scratch, and there's something quite special about making a hummus, and it's the process of doing that. These are like little stones, hey, they're quite, God, you'd break your teeth on those. Some white powder, and she was sprinkling it into the chickpeas, the dried chickpeas, and I was like, what's that? She's like, baking soda. I was like, why? She said, exact words, it's what my grandmother taught me. And this one was in her 80s. So, chickpeas, about half a teaspoon of baking soda and loads of water. This is just gonna sit here overnight and have a look at the difference. And a lot of people freak out when they soak chickpeas or any beans because you get this kind of scumminess on the surface. Don't worry about it. It's just all starting to ferment and all the things are happening, but you can see the difference in the expansion of these beautiful little isms. It's literally 2 litres of water. Really glad I'm teaching you this because it's going to change your whole life. A clove of garlic. I just squish it and take the skins off. Just rip it up. Just a slice of onion like this and straight in, and then pepper and some salt. And this is going to go onto high heat so I can get it to the boil. Many years ago, I reckon I was in my 30s, and she was making, sorry, oops, let's do that again. Oh my God, it's been so long since I've been behind a camera, everybody. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, it's been sitting in this water for about 45 minutes. Just gonna strain it. Now you'll see bits of the kelp that go in there, that's fine, but you want to keep majority of that kelp. I've got some coriander powder and then lemon juice. I'm going to process for a good 5 minutes. Now as you're processing, it's quite thick, very thick, very pasty. I'm going to take a tablespoon of this very, very deliciously tasty situation over here, about what, actually 2 tablespoons. And I'm going to whiz this up, and if this still is quite, you know, thick and pasty, I'm going to add another couple of tablespoons in. Okay, Oh, this is just gorgeously whipped. And just with a rustic edge, just do these ones and make these crevices. And in those little crevices, I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil in the little pockets of these little situations, just to give a little bit of flavour and a little bit of texture. And then I love smoky paprika on top of that oil. And that is the best homemade hummus you can ever make in your life.